Alright, we are live on YouTube. Let me send this to people who want to join us from Telegram. Something else. So welcome once again. It's another day, another dollar. Another day, another dollar. So it's another day, another dollar. We are live on both YouTube and Facebook. What day is this? Today is 4th of February. 4th of February. My goodness. It should have been here. So yesterday was quite slow. So we'll start off from that premise that yesterday was quite slow, but nevertheless setups still formed and things still happened. Price action still kept moving. Okay, so we shall start with euro dollar. So euro dollar upon rejecting this level, so which is this level? This is the best thing about marking your so price looks as if it is it does not want to get to this level. I don't know why. So it wants to turn at this level. So well, my ideal place or my ideal entry for Euro USD will be at this level at 1.1749. So 1.1749. That is my daily view of Euro USD. So let me put that there. I'll post it later. So Euro USD is giving us bullish signals, but these bullish signals are not very clear. Why do I say they are not clear or they are not very strong? Because based on yesterday's and today's price action, yesterday's price action and Monday's price action, if for sure we were, this was a turning point, okay, if this was a turning point, then we would have a strong bullish OB formed. So this candle will not be a small candle, it will be a big candle, okay, something like this. Can you see this? Can you see this? Something like this. So this one and this one forms a very strong bullish order block. This candle and this big candle forms a very big bullish order block. So if our candle, if yesterday's candle, that is Tuesday's candle, did not close even above this previous Monday's candle, then to me that's a weak order block being formed. That's a weak order block being formed, and I must be on the watch out, because I might get caught in that fake out of price trying to come here. That is buy. Okay. So that is the first thing we are noting with price from yesterday's price action. What else are we noting? The other thing we are noting now, with that simple analysis, I'm still on a my bias is still bullish, bearish. Now the other issue is most of the lows of the day, most of the lows of the month are formed from date 10, 11, from date 15 there. So the idea that we are going to form the low of the month on date 4 is unheard of. This is not what Euro USD usually do. So I would want to give it more room to come and give us a proper discount. But I know in between we are going to have a lot of games. Okay, so price might even get to this level, then when it gets to this level it comes back again until we get to date 14, 15, 16. That is when we form a clear low, and this low is going to catapult us forward. But so far so good. Euro USD is showing clear signs of bullishness, very clear signs of bullishness. You can see I'm on the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame we have broken serious areas of resistance. We have broken serious areas of resistance just in the 1 month. So from January 19th to from Friday 16th January to 27th January, we have broken this significant resistance points. Okay. Now I mentioned earlier that I am waiting for price to form the low around date 14-15. So what is labeled here is low of the month. So this is the low of the month of January. Do you see what date it was formed? It was formed on date 16, which was a Friday, and then the up move was formed on 19. So you can see the lows of the month are formed when the month is getting to the center. Okay. even on November 2025, even in November 2025, our law was formed on date 5. However, price still had to come and retest that law again because at the center of the month, that is when we are having the real monthly move. Because remember, all the time frames operate on this simple logic that the market will first accumulate, then it will manipulate, and then it will distribute. So this phenomenon is not only, raise your voice, all right. So am I audible now? All right, we have 3 concurrent viewers. Very nice. This is good. This is good. This is very good. So this phenomenon of accumulation, manipulation, and distribution does not only occur in the 1 hour time frame, because in the 1 hour time frame, that is the time frame we are using for entries and exits. But this phenomenon also occurs in the daily time frame, that the market is going to accumulate, then it's going to manipulate, then it's going to distribute. So the market is going to accumulate, then it is going to manipulate, then it is going to distribute. So at this point, this is where we are now saying the market is accumulating here, then it is manipulating, it is creating a false move. That false move, we call it a Judas swing. Judas swing. So the one who created this name, the Judas swing, his idea was that we have something called a Judas ship. Okay? We have something called a Judas ship. So what a Judas ship does is that it leads other sheep into the slaughterhouse, but itself is not slaughtered. So that is what we call a Judas ship. So this is now called a Judas swing. So this move leads the sheep into the slaughterhouse. So all the sellers, they get in at this level, they add their sell positions. They add their sell positions. But at that time, the big boys, they're called the big boys, or the hedge funds, or the big banks, like like JP Morgan or Citadel. But Citadel is doing what? Citadel is preparing their buy positions. So when retail comes in, when the poorly performing hedge funds come in, they get taken out at this point. So this point is where the year stops. Their trades are liquidated because price begins buying from that point. Okay, so some are fools, some are idiots. They average down, so they add to the losers. But the clever ones, they don't get out. They get out immediately. They cut the losses. Okay. So this manifestation or this move or this occurrence happens also in the daily time frame. And down here is what we call now, this is what now we call the law of demand. So the law of the month. So this is what I mean by the law of the month. So from 26th December 2025, I don't know, can you see it in the 4 hour? Alright, so we can see it in the 4 hours. So the market from 26th, from 30th to 1st, so the market has just been coming down. But on January date 18, the market formed the low of the month and then continued buying even further. Now you can anticipate, in these markets, we are anticipating everything. So you can anticipate such a move by using your truth sayer, the Fibonacci. Just imagine the Fibonacci came and wicked inside our low of the month, and then we end up buying. These are a lot of pips. So I want you to understand where I am coming from, so that you can also understand where we are going. So this level was an important zone on Euro USD. Okay, so using that information, we are presuming that the next best level for an entry for a buy, okay, so we are in the higher time frame, and I want you to understand why I am taking this trade, or what I am timing and why I am timing it. Okay, if you understand why I am doing what I am doing, then maybe you will understand even further why I want to wait for good trades to happen. So using that same recipe, that I take the significant low and a significant high, now I am anticipating that my low of the month will have to come to this level. So maybe around in the next 10 days. So price may decide to retest, but eventually I will wish to see prices come to this level. Similarly, if I see price has broken that level, because we said price will always do what price wants to do, and every morning we have to repeat that. So if price, by whatever means or however, if price is able to close above this significant OB or order block, then brethren, I will not be in that trade. I am only in a trade where I see myself winning, so that even if I get taken out, at least I know I did not take a foolish trade. So we have to be very careful going on, because we don't want to get caught up in the false moves. Okay, now this will also be a great turning point, because this is the point, as you can see, where there are actual OBs to be broken. Okay, this was the actual point. Forget about these other lower points here, but this point is the point which is going to tell us whether we are going to respect this order. This fair value gap is going to be violated, because if price truly wants to come to this level, it has to turn at the level it is right now, immediately. If it does not do that and violates this fair value gap, then we have to consider that it might come to these other levels. I don't know whether you guys understand me. Sometimes the technical jargon is not easy, because I'm explaining to you what I am seeing. But the main message is that we cannot engage unless we see something of interest to us. Yesterday, but yesterday I was very tired, so something very tragic happened. Let me show you what happened tragically. So yesterday, during the live session, I ended the live session after 2 hours, because after 2 hours, that is the time now. In 2 hours, inside the kill zone hours, that's the time you should be getting trades. Okay? But yesterday, so my anticipation was that I wanted price to come and break below this level, and then just retest a bit, then we can continue down. But from the time I got into that market at around 9 a.m. New York time, to the time I ended that live session at around 11, price had not yet started showing signs of breaking that level. But immediately after 11, from 12, so those are 3 hours, price immediately broke below and then retested just as we had said, and then it began selling. So that was a missed trade, but it's good for learning purposes, because this would have been this would have been an excellent trade. Okay, so the thing is, we're not going to get all the setups. We are not going to eat all the setups unless if you are following that trade. So the only thing maybe I could have done was to set my alert again immediately. You mean to tell me I never set my alert? Okay, I have remembered what happened. So yes, I set my alert, but it first triggered this level very early, and then price began the psychological games it usually does. So I would have set up another alert so that when price is breaking this level again, because it was still a very valuable level, we come back, we take that trade, then we go out. But anyway, that's just a learning purpose. It's for learning purposes. It's for learning purposes. So now, so yes, now we are here now. So our whole idea about this market was simple. That is US dirty market. So yesterday there were two serious moves which happened, which I am hoping are going to be repeated today, because it is not too late. Okay, missing one move is not the end of life. There are many more moves tomorrow, the next day, in the evening, in the morning tomorrow, in the evening, in the afternoon tomorrow. So we just have to be in the markets, every day scanning, scanning. So now what happens with US30? Because we already have a confirmed buy. Why a confirmed buy? Because first, when you look historically, if you look at this chart historically, okay, so this, what I use is price action. I use previous data to predict future possible price based on many years of back testing, forward testing, live trading, demo trading. So this, whatever I use is years and years of experience built slowly over the years. So our narrative began on the 1 hour time frame, where we said that price had broken these very serious levels, hence confirming a bullish trend. But as we said, price will always give us opportunities to get in. But the best zones to get in using those opportunities is using the only and the simplest thing you can never find in this world. It's called the fib. So the fib gives us hidden levels where we can get in and minimize our stop loss. So using the fib, we had our first serious zone as 48,500, and it was retested once, then it was retested twice. Okay, it was retested once, then it was retested twice on Monday. And price retesting that area like that, it created what we call the low of the week of Monday. Unless price decides to come and take out this low, violating the low of the week, we have a clear direction on US30. So yesterday, our idea was, if price has already shown us the bias it is going to project for the whole week, we as retail traders just need an opportunity to get in. So the first opportunity was a move to the sell side, so as, because now this move would be acting as a Judas move. So the move to the sell side, and then another move, the real move, to start immediately. So this sell side move, or this Judas move, is what I was anticipating yesterday. Okay, it's a long explanation, but you understand me in time. So relax if you don't understand me. You will understand me in time, because I'm going to keep on repeating this every time. Okay? So now, when you drop to the 5 minutes, that is where you can see a clear break of market structure at 11:50. Okay, so if I would have waited until 12 p.m. New York time, then if I would have held for another 2 hours, I would have eaten that gold. But now we don't cry over missed trades. We move quickly to the next one. Quickly, we stand up, we wipe our feet, we move to the next one immediately. So today for US30, do you have news? So we may have news, by the way. We have news. So we have news from 4:15. So 4:15 is 9 a.m. New York time. So 4:15 p.m. will be 9 a.m. 9:15 a.m. New York time. So shall we be there, or will I be there? Yes, I'll be there. So now my wish, because now price has proved to be going on an uptrend. So now my anticipation is that if this line is broken, if that line is broken, is that too much to ask? Tell me in the chat, is that too much to ask that this order block is broken and price confirms for us? Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? For a confirmation, it is not too much to ask. It is not too much to ask, and it is also not too much to ask for price to break that level. Okay. And in turn, we ask ourselves, is it too much to wait? Are we willing to wait and get proper confirmations? Okay, because if you get, for any trade we ever take, we have to have standards for that trade. We just don't get into any trade. All our trades have to have standards. They have to have narrative, they have to have a bias, they have to have clear entries and clear exits. And we shall never ever deviate from this. As long as we are trading seriously, we shall never ever deviate from that. All our trades have to be carefully constructed. Carefully constructed trades mean that all these trades follow a similar guideline. So the tree is price action. The branches are tools like Fibonacci, tools like trend lines, tools like bots. Those are just branches, but the branch cannot replace the tree. And the whole tree is held by serious roots of proper technical understanding and how to interpret that technical analysis. By the way, if you don't understand technical analysis, don't even think about risk management or psychology. Your work should be understanding market flow. How is the market flowing on a day-to-day basis? You should not look at price action as just levels on the chart. No, price action is speaking a language to you, and you must speak that language back, because we are operating on seasons. So for example, right now we are planning on the next season. What do we do when price gives us a signal during this season? So we find an entry and we go long. What about if price does not do that? No problem. Price is going to come and meet us halfway and give us more information. For example, I had set an alert because I thought price action would give us an entry at this level, but I was very wrong. So price action missed us by how many pips? 67 pips. Okay. So your first foundation as a trader is understanding price action, and not just understanding price action, entering flow state. Once you understand price action, so flow state is when you move with the market. So the way the market is moving, you're moving with it. So that when you benefit a lot. When you lose, you don't lose much. That is flow state. All serious traders, all consistent traders have to be in flow state. In flow state, it means that you are only thinking about trading. You wake up thinking about trading, you sleep thinking about trading. So it is not just the charts. Even your routine has to be around trading. That is why I'm very surprised when I hear people saying that they do trading part-time. What do you mean you do trading part-time? That's a joke. Because if you do trading part-time, then you will never give it focus, 100% focus. And if you have split focus, eventually your focus will tilt. Or you'll have split focus doing many things. Yes, you can start a business and say that is my side hustle. But trading, you mean you guys cannot hear me? You mean you cannot hear me? Is that what you mean? Am I audible? If I am audible, put some likes. Am I audible? Am I audible? So for me, when I hear someone saying that they are doing forex trading as a side hustle, I wonder, are you serious? Do you know what this market is? Do you understand do you know what you are dealing with for you to call it a side hustle? Unless the kind of work you are doing can allow you to be free for at least 2 hours or 4 hours a day. So in the morning or in the evening. By the way, if you are trading at work, you can dedicate from 5 to 7 just trading the New York session. Now the problem is when the daylight savings are over, we shall revert back to 4 p.m. for the New York session, not 5 p.m. Because currently, because of daylight savings, the kill zone hours are from 5 p.m. So 9 a.m. is 5 p.m. But when daylight savings are over, 9 a.m. is usually at 4 p.m. Kenyan time. So Euro USD, our main objective, US30, our main objective or our entry will be a close candle. Price might even come and then give us an entry like that. So that now we enter in these uncharted territories, because these are uncharted territories. These are uncharted territories. I'm hoping that our first stop will be at 51. Okay? Now we are on GBP USD. If you have your chart, open GBP USD. Let's look at this man, because so looking at GBP USD on a higher time frame lens, you can see clearly that this man or this market well, first it has retested this high, that is September's high. Okay, so but we are still not yet to these sweet spot zones, and this is what I want to see price doing. Because if you don't get to sweet spot zones, I am not sure why we will be looking for aggressive buys. So to me, these buys are not very, I don't know how to call them, but I'm thinking that they are fake outs. In my view, those are fake outs. So even then, I will not engage my money unless I know what is happening for sure. Because if I don't know, or I don't have a feeling for the market, then I don't try to engage. Okay? Because for GBP USD, our anticipation was that since price has broken these serious lows, that it was just going to come and retest, and then we begin the sell off. But price has been accumulating by buying. Okay, and remember, we are entering the seek and destroy conditions on today and tomorrow in preparation for NFP. So NFP is only 2 days from now. So on Friday we shall have NFP, and during NFP, that is from Wednesday and Thursday, the market is usually quite playing these psychological games. Why? I don't know. Is this a phenomenon which occurs a lot of times? Absolutely. So when I see the market behaving like this, I know it is just a matter of time before we dump. So maybe if we are to dump, maybe maybe we have to create such a high. We have to come and maybe fill that high. If not, or maybe this point also. So if we take this high and this low, that's a good level for a sell. So in short, sometimes even me myself, I don't know what is happening. And when immediately I get that feel, I don't engage. I have to know what is happening. And if the market is very quiet or very calm, by quiet and calm I mean when the market is just moving anyhow, not following its intended direction, I withdraw. Okay, so I said in these live sessions we are only going to take the trades which reward us easily, trades which give us easy entries and easy exits, trades we don't have to struggle. We are already struggling enough discussing this technical analysis, so that the trades which precedes our analysis should be easy, like the trade we missed yesterday, a very easy trade, textbook trade. Easy and straight to the point. But now the other reason why I would not take a buy even if this order block closed here is because this point has been formed by a very weak bearish OB. So a weak bearish OB is made up of 3 candles. So this black candle here, remember this is a 1 hour time frame. So this black candle here and this green candle. So this both of 1, 2, 3, 4 have made up that order block. So that is a weak OB. And yet it is a more important level than even this order block here. Why? Because it is a high of Monday. It's a significant area of price. So with that kind of confusing information, I would rather wait for the market to give us more and more information. Remember, we have said one simple thing, that as we don't take trades which are not easy. So our bread and butter is easy trades. So this is GBP USD. GBP USD. We're also looking at US30, and then we're also looking at Euro USD. Those 3 pairs. Those 3 pairs. So for GBP USD, my bias still holds. Okay? So whatever happens, I will wish for that pair to come and drop up to this level and give us a clean, healthy low of the month. If it does not do that, then I'm not going to be engaging. So someone is asking, Fibonacci FX is asking, kindly expound on the order block. weak and strong. All right. So I have mentioned before that we have strong OBs and weak OBs. So strong OBs are in fact extremely easy to spot. For example, this is a strong bearish order block. Why? So it's a strong bearish order block. Why is that? Why? Because for a order block to be called a strong bearish order block, the bear candle has to be bigger than the bull candle. That is for a bearish OB. For example, this is an example of a strong bearish OB. Because the bull candle is smaller than the bear candle. And when we are talking about the bull candle, we are not talking about the wick. We are talking about that small body. This small body you can see here. That is what we are speaking about, or what we are talking about. That's what we call a strong bearish order block. A strong bullish order block is an example we have here. So that is a strong bullish order block. So a small bear candle and a long bull candle. So that's a strong bullish order block. Are we together? Are we together? But sometimes price is going to form an order block which does not resemble what we have talked about. And the opposite of that, we call it a weak order block. Okay? A weak order block is like the insignificant news we have on the Forex factory. So the yellow folder and the orange folder. So for us, we only want to know the red folder news only. We don't want to know any other thing. So when you spot such an OB where the bull candle was bigger than the bear candle, and it is aligned by several other candles for it to have a candle close. So this is a candle close. So if this candle took 1, 2, 3 candles for it to close, it means this is a weak order block, a very weak OB. Because if you compare it to something like this order block here, the candle of this body just took 1 candle to close this bearish momentum. So this is a very strong bearish OB, but this is a weak order block, and it is denoted by 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. So I don't take these levels very seriously. Okay, maybe if it breaks this candle and then it breaks this candle now, and then it comes back and retests, then until then I cannot do anything, because this is a significantly weak OB. Okay, do you understand me? Do you understand me? So we are not yet in any trade. We are just observing the markets and letting the markets So we are currently just observing the markets and letting the markets do what the markets want. Okay? The good thing is I've realized one very important thing, that even if we miss a move right now, that same move will be repeated in the New York session. This is how we are operating this 2026 year of Trump. That once we miss, because you have to adapt. You have to adapt in all the market cycles. And each president comes with the vision for their country. Okay? So the US president is seeing that the dollar is weakening, and in return he's trying to invest in oil. And as a result, we, the technical analysts, start seeing rise in GBP in gold. But even deeper, we as a technical analysts now discover that we can trade both sessions. We have to trade both sessions. Meaning making the money is not easy, but if you avail yourself for the both of the sessions, you will not lack something. Okay? So this does not worry me anymore the way it used to worry me last month, because I wanted to make money during the London session only. But if you are available during the New York session, you can always join me. The goodies are everywhere. You just have to time those goodies and you'll get the goodies. You will get the goodies. Alright? So it is 11 a.m. 1 hour into our trading session. We are 1 hour inside our trading session. So before you engage this GBP USD level, just relax. Relax and wait for more confirmations. Relax and wait for more confirmations. The only good trade I have taken this week is the Euro USD trade. So right now it is between you and your risk management. No one is coming to save you. It is you and your risk management. So we wanted price to get these mitigation blocks, but unfortunately it was not able to do that. Why did we want it to go to the mitigation blocks? What was the problem? Ah, very nice. My God. What? So even you can see. I don't know whether you can see my chart. Is my chart clean and can you recognize it? This is the pair USD CHF. USD CHF. What? Imagine, this pair broke the low of July, September. That is, this level was a level which was being retested daily, or many times, not daily per se, but many times. So it has been retested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and price finally broke it in January 2026. Now the only way we as traders get to look for sales is if price can give us a second entry. And you know, the good thing about price action is that you always get a good second entry. Always. So it may come to that level. So there is still more opportunity, or there is still more room, a lot of room for price to do what it wants to do. So price may come there, it can even decide to come there. This is a more better area because I have taken the top high here and the bottom low. So price, so this is a sweet spot, and it's also a no, it's not a mitigation block area. So now price has a room to get to these levels. So if you look at the 4 hour, if you look at the 4 hour time frame, price has broken these order blocks here, indicating to us we are going down. So what next do we do? We set traps, my friends. We are now setting traps. So if price, so this is what I would like to see USD CHF do. Okay, something like that. What about GBP USD? Is it possible for price to get to this level? If it is possible, I'm not sure it is possible, but if it is possible, that will be a very good thing. So that now we can break even further, because I believe this level being broken gave us the confirmations we needed. Okay, and that is why we are witnessing this bold bullish buy. How many pips are these? These are 52 pips. So there's a temptation, or price has broken yesterday's high. So we are in the live markets. GBP USD, it's getting hotter. We are waiting for the proper confirmations. So I'm waiting to see whether we are going to get a small retracement and then a push to the upward. So this is GBP USD. So GBP USD. So what pair are you trading right now? You can tell me in the comment section. What pair are you trading right now, or are you waiting like me? Because I would like to see GBP USD sell. So I don't like to get into trades which I'm not very sure of. So and also if the market is very slow, so that will be a good trade, but this would be a good trade, but I don't have my full faith in that trade. So if it comes back to this level, maybe for a retest, without closing below, you can get in using a strict lot size. So we wait. So the 5 minutes time frame is the best time frame to base your argument on. So we are waiting for the 15 minutes candle close below here. So waiting is never in vain. Waiting has never been in vain, my friends. What does it want? Does it want to go directly or does it want to come and test here first? Either way, that will determine a lot of things. Because if it does that, those are 10 pips. 10 pips. So that will be an ideal trade. That will be an ideal trade for us. So we are 1 hour 20 minutes inside the session. We are 1 hour 20 minutes inside the session. And we are waiting for price to show us a hand. This is the only job that when you sit on your hands, you make a lot of money. When you sit on your hands, you make a lot of money. So that is a possible setup for us. We are trying to see whether price will tag us in. So this job sometimes is very boring. And it might feel like, or it might feel like we are not doing anything. But always remember, a good setup is a good setup, and a good setup will not waste your time. It may take long to form, but eventually when it does form, it will not waste anybody's time. So that is why it is quite important for you as a trader to maintain your cool. So GBP USD is showing willingness to but the best thing is that this same move which is happening right now, this same move which is happening right now is going to happen in the New York session, and it will be much clearer. So it has decided that it does not want to retest again. So we only have 30 minutes until we start entering the London session. No, we start entering lunch hours time. So if price will not have given us a good entry by that time, we will have to wait. We will have to wait until New York session. It's a quiet, it's a slow London session, but as I said, it is better to lose your money for a trade which you have planned adequately, rather than losing your money on a trade which you had not even anticipated taking. There's nothing as painful as that. I'm still observing GBP USD. So Euro USD, the best thing would be to get the proper entries for these pairs. Because if we keep on joking around, we are likely to lose a lot of money for nothing. So I am currently out of the markets, not because I don't want to be in the market, but because being in the market right now will only lose me money for nothing, and yet I would have waited where my energy is best worth. So I'm sure by 4 p.m. we will have a clear direction of where the market wants to go. Because for now, if euro dollar is selling, okay, if euro dollar is selling and GBP USD is buying, we're waiting for it to buy here, then that's a negative correlation. And with those observations, I will do better. It will be better for me to wait for that trade. So the only reason this area is a sweet spot is because it will be great if price got here, then it began selling. Okay, but sometimes price does not do that. Sometimes price does not do that, and there's nothing or nobody we can blame about it. So when you draw the fib from this point to this point, there is a clear indication that price has wicked into this sweet spot level. Now that's another different angle of looking at it. And when the price has wicked into that sweet spot level, then our anchor does not become this line. Our anchor becomes this line here. Okay? So the other idea which we will be looking carefully at is if price breaks that level, and then we can have a sell-off. Remember, our main bias is still a sell based on price breaking these low levels here. And we are wondering, the only thing we want with GBP/USD is for GBP/USD to give us clear entry points which we can say, yes, these are serious entry points. But if it does not do that, dear traders, you have the right now to get into that trade. The problem with traders is they think they don't have a choice with the market. So it is either they win or they lose. But you always have the choice of not engaging. So most traders are caught up thinking that they don't have a choice of whether to get in or get out. So they freeze. Or they force trades. But once you understand that you can also choose not to engage, now a new world opens. Because your work is just analysis. You'll just be doing analysis. If price does not react to what you have analyzed, you move on to the next trade. Just like that every day. Okay? So you move on like nothing ever happened. You don't waste time. You move on very fast. So when price closes below this level and does a retest, preferably in the New York kill zone, we will be there. But as long as price is dilly-dallying, playing games, then we will not be there. It is as simple as ABC. It is as simple as 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. Price breaks this level, we get a confirmation, we go down. Okay? So the move we have right now, or the move we are utilizing right now, is the move of no engagement. Zero engagement. Protecting our money. We are capital connoisseurs. That is, we protect our capital. So even Euro USD has wicked inside this sweet spot level. Okay, but even Euro USD or Euro dollar or the fiber has not yet broken this level. It is still dilly-dallying. Okay, so being in such a situation, it's a precarious situation where you are forced to watch price, but it is still a good situation because you know you will not get an impulse to take any foolish trade. So still it is a winning move. We are winning. We are winning even when we are not engaging. Miyamoto Musashi said that you don't need to engage in all battles. You have to learn which battles are worth your time. That is in the Sun Tzu. Oh, that was Sun Tzu, not Miyamoto Musashi. It was Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu said that you have to learn which battles are worth your energy. And the best battles are the battles which are won without having to lift your finger. So right now we are winning even without having to lift our finger. We are winning even without having to lift our fingers. This is the side that most online traders will not show you. The boring parts. They are only screening the best parts. The parts they are winning. But what about the parts where they are waiting, which is almost 50% of the time, or even 80% of the time? Actually, it is 80% of the time. Okay? So we are winning, but it does not look like we are winning. It does not look like we are winning, but we are winning. We are winning, my friends. We are winning. So this is Euro USD CHF. Okay. So when price breaks out either way, we shall be there to win monetarily now. So when you win mentally by waiting, the market reward you monetarily by collecting as much pips as you can. So we are winning, but it does not look like we are winning. So my buy position would have been if price got to this level, created a bullish order block around this level, then began buying. But if it does not do that, my other anticipation is that it is going to break this level and then give us an entry. If it does not do that, we are going to wait during the New York session to get a clear, better entry. But remember, we are winning. We are winning. You may not see like we are winning, but we are winning. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided. So we are in the 1 minute time frame of Euro USD. So we shall wait for this candle close this for the next 13 minutes. Then we shall see what is happening or what is not happening. So we shall know what is happening and what is not happening. As I said, we are winning, but we don't see as if we are winning. Now the market wants us to engage. So if you are inexperienced, you'll get that pull to put on a trade even when there is no need to put on that trade. Everyone goes through this, where you feel a pull, you need to put on a trade. You are anxious if there are no trades. But if you learn to train that habit, that you learn, and the only way you can learn how to train that habit is if you are sufficiently confident in your price action analysis. If you are not sufficiently confident, then you, my friend, need to evaluate your trading. So we We are almost 2 hours in, and we have not taken any trade. By we, I mean me and you, unless you have risked your money. So we have not taken any trades because the market has refused to behave. The market has told us wait. The market has given us clear instructions of waiting. And we, as the humble followers, have listened to what the market is telling us, and we are not going to put on any trade. So we wait for more information. And if not, we engage during. Imagine, look at this. Look at this. Have a look. Have a look. So the market is rejecting this level here now. It's rejecting that level because it is not. We don't have a strong candle close below. So you can see this was just an inducement. So we are 9 minutes to 12. And if anything, we don't have anything happening in those few minutes, we will have to come back at New York session. So this is not wasting time. This is how the market behaves. This is the behavior of the market. And we have to always be prepared. In all scenarios, you have seen me explain the scenario where the market is going to go up, and now this other scenario where the market is going to confirm a sell. So in between that level, we are waiting. We are waiting relentlessly, without complaining, by the way. Because if you complain, you'll tell us. You'll tell us who are you complaining for and why. Why are you complaining? So we have 7 minutes, and this was a very good trading session because this is to show you that not all the times, in fact many times you will not be taking trades. It is also in this session that you will see us adding to winners. So once we get a good trade which coincides with buyers, an easy to spot trade, then for that trade we will also be learning how to go in on that trade. Okay, so it is not just waiting, losing, taking small pips. We are also going to be taking big trades on these live sessions. Okay, so something interesting is happening. So Euro USD and GBP USD look like they are having a buy-off, but I'm not going to trust that very much. Let us this kind of tell us what it wants to do, then we can decide whether we are going to get in or not. It is very funny what the market, how the market can easily trap you. You get trapped even when you don't want to get trapped, you still get trapped. So the only way to play the game is to have clear rules for yourself also. By the way, you also have to have your own, the market has its own rules. And you, as the trader, has to have your own rules. So that you don't get into the market boundaries and the market will not come to your boundaries. So you maintain, you stick to your lane. And when you stick to your lane, the market is going to reward you endlessly. Not just rewarding you, my friend, rewarding you endlessly. Because, by the way, that is my mindset. I know that if I behave well in the market session, I'm going to get something at the end of the week. That is something I always know at the end of my at the back of my mind. I know, and I feel it. So we are 4 minutes in. No, we are 4 minutes to 12. I don't know what the price wants. I don't know whether it wants to come to this level. Okay, I don't know whether it wants to continue. I don't know. And I want just a signal. I just want a signal so that we know where are we headed. But if we don't even know where we are headed, it's not a problem, because we can always come back another time when price wants to talk calmly. If price wants to talk calmly to us and give us good trades, we are willing to listen. But if price does not want to show us the ways, the gold, we say it's okay, we'll come back later when you are prepared to reveal your secrets. If it is not yet ready, don't try to engage that trade. But some traders have itchy fingers. Sweet Lord. Sweet Lord. So the time is 1 minute to 12. Imagine taking a trade at this particular time. It will be very sad. So I will not be engaging the markets anymore, because whatever trade I'm waiting for, I'm sure we'll have a better retracement during the New York session. So I will wish for us to meet during the New York session. Then we are going to get in or abstain again, depending on the information the market will have given us by New York session time. So thank you for joining. Thank you for being with me for all these hours. I don't take for granted. So let's meet once again during the New York session. No trades taken today, but that's not a problem.